So you think about moving to Richardson, Texas and want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly, the pros and the cons? Well, in today's video, we're going to do something a little different here, and we're going to play a little good cop, bad cop, and kind of discuss everything you need to know about living in Richardson, Texas. Stay tuned. I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
And today we are going to discuss all things Richardson, Texas. Now, before we do so, just to introduce yourself, if this is your first time on our channel, we are local real estate agents here, and we run a team of agents specializing in all things Dallas real estate. So if that is of interest to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell, so you're alerted every time we do a video.
That's right, and don't forget to give us a call, text, or email, whatever you got to do to get a hold of us, just get a hold of us. And fill out that dream home form so we know what it is you're looking for in your dream home. Now, let's get started with these pros and cons of Richardson, Texas.
Before we do so, let's just give some quick facts on Richardson. What is Richardson exactly? And since you are wearing green today, and you are always glass half full, we're gonna have you play good cop here.
Okay.
Right? You hit the pros, and then I'm always negative Nancy, so I'll be the bad guy.
I even wrote down my pros, so I am sure to beat you out on those cons.
And what's interesting is there could be some intermixing because we don't know what each other wrote down.
Yep.
So some people may think this is a pro and some people may think this is a con and vice versa. But anyway, we're just gonna throw it out there and see what happens. But Richardson, Texas, where is Richardson? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's about 26 minutes to DFW.
Okay.
And about 20 minutes to Love Field.
So it's pretty convenient for those that are looking to
get to the airport,
fly a lot for work or whatnot. It is 20 minutes into downtown Dallas.
They've got good schools, 55 schools to be exact.
55 schools. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also just one of the things that you need to keep in mind is location-wise is that you do have the 75 that runs through it, as well as the 635, and for those that want the tollway, you've got the President George Bush. From a location standpoint, you have a lot of options as far as getting around.
To get around, that's
Which again,
correct.
may end up being on a pro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. We haven't done a video like this before. We're flying blind here.
All right. You want to start with a pro or you want to start with a con?
Absolutely. Start with the pros. It's always the good thing, right?
So one of the pros of Richardson, Texas is the cost of living. It's about 9% below the national average. So for the North Texas area, it's a little bit lower than a lot of our, bigger cities, and which is nice. And the average home price there is $473,000.
Yeah, if you're comparing it to Frisco, Prosper, Plano, Allen, McKinney, that sort of thing, it's going to be a little bit less. So I can definitely see that as a pro, especially when you factor in location.
Right.
Okay, so I would say since we are in real estate, let me go into parlay on that, and I would say one of the cons is the number of rentals in this city. All right, some say upwards of 50%. Now it's due to a lot of investors investing into that student housing for University of Texas Dallas location, which is located in Richardson. So when we're talking about affordability, yeah, you can buy houses in Richardson from anywhere from mid-2s up to mid-2.5 million and above, right? Those mid-2s though are in the older part of Richardson, kind of surrounding that University of Texas. Because of that, you're competing a lot in multiple offer situations with investors. So it's just something to keep in mind. But that is, I would say, a con for those that are investing and wanting to live there. You've got a lot of renters.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
What's another pro?
Well, they have a very low crime rate. So if they're like way below the national average. So if the national average is a 5, they're like at a 1.6. So, and no major crimes, just little tiny things. But so that's really nice to live in a safe area.
It's interesting you say that, because I'll just throw that as a con. Here's our first.
Okay.
So it does rank nationally speaking, but locally here it's not the safest area. And I think when it comes to crime ratings, I think really what you're seeing though is it's a mixed bag. Right? You have a lot of petty crimes, you know.
Yes.
If you can remember your college days and all your bike, how many bikes you went through,
yes.
right? You're getting a lot of those petty kind of crimes because of the university. Whenever you're walking around Richardson, you're always going to feel safe. Pretty much in North Texas in general.
Yes.
That is even in downtown Dallas or deep down, I feel safe. It's not like this in general is a nice safe area, but I would say the statistics are skewed a bit in Richardson strictly because of all the petty crimes because of the university.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my con.
So
I'm staying to it.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
It's a pro-ish kind of thing.
Pro-ish, con-ish.
All right, well then.
And now we're throwing it right back in your court. In your court. So, what's another pro?
Well, they have over 800 acres of parks and recreations. And so they've got some of the most beautiful parks there. I mean, some of these parks, they've got one with a waterfall that people like to go take pictures. They've got one that has a catch and release pond with ducks and everything. They've got a nature preserve there. I mean, they've got some beautiful parks out there, and a lot of them. And it's just a nice area if you like to be out in nature and you want to be walking around. You know, take your dog out or take a run or whatever. Because it's safe, you can run out there and walk around.
Absolutely. No, it's great.
Yes.
It's great. I actually do love all the green space and open space that you get in Richardson, all those mature trees, etc.
Yes.
Right.
But what?
But let's throw it right back into the housing again.
Oh, okay.
And let's talk about the housing a little bit closer. There's not a lot of new construction.
No.
We specialize in new construction, so there isn't a lot of opportunity for that. If you're looking to be, as far as proximity to Dallas and all that stuff is really good, but if you want that updated, energy efficient house, the only way to get it really is to scrape.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, you see a lot of neighborhoods that they're buying these houses and scraping them and building new construction, custom homes on them, which is really cool, but
not everybody has the money to do that.
But it's pretty pricey, right? And so that would be a con. You're paying for it one way or another, either with high utility bills or staying in renovating kind of that older ranch style home, or you're building up and putting a custom home on some of these bigger lots, and that costs some money.
It does, yes.
So that is my con.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring it back to a pro.
Okay.
Of course.
Glass half full on this side.
These schools in Richardson are fantastic. Their student to teacher ratio is 15-1, which is an amazing ratio. They've got great clubs, extracurricular activities. They just seem to have a great school district, which is very important for those of you with children.
That is very good. And again, we are going to have a little disagreement here.
Okay.
So yes, and remember, you need to do your own due diligence when it comes to schools.
Because every school is different. Not all of them rate high. So.
And that was going to be my point, right? So
I knew that's what it was going to be.
According to Niche, you've got the Richardson ISD is an A,
yes.
right?
But, as a whole.
But you go over to greatschools.org, two great websites, we'll link it below in the description to check out. Go to greatschools.org, and the picture's not as pretty, right? 25% of the schools inside the Richardson School District rank below average.
That's true.
Then 43% or so rank at average, and 33% are above average. So it's one of those ISDs where you need to be pretty careful and know exactly what neighborhoods and what are feeding into what schools, because not not all schools are created equal, especially in Richardson, Texas.
But the other thing we all have to remember with any schools, Frisco ISD, Prosper ISD, any of them, when we went through the whole COVID thing, they did not take their STAR tests, which means we are behind on grading these schools and getting these good, ratings also. Like you said, do your due diligence to make sure you know, but all the gradings are a little bit behind.
That is an excellent point, Patrice Leanne.
I know.
However, I will say that Richardson is one of the more established areas and cities and ISDs within the Dallas area. So, like I said, it may be impacted by the COVID test scores or lack thereof, like every other ISD around. However, it is got its day in the sun. It's been around for a while.
But due to the fact that Richardson also, like any area of North Texas, has quite a few people moving in, moving out, things like that. So you've got new money coming in, they're scraping, rebuilding, which means that money that those people are living there, they're paying into the school system, and that is allowing the schools to improve on paying their teachers and getting new programs and things like that. So you also have to look at that.
Absolutely, Patrice. That's why you are the brains of this operation.
I just love my schools, you know that.
All right, so I'm gonna give one last con.
Okay.
I would say it's the traffic.
Okay.
Because the closer you get into downtown, the more congested it is. Because Richardson is the OG. Richardson and Plano it's proximity. All the good things that come with being so close to the major metro, and in this case Dallas. Well, comes some added traffic, right? The further out you get in the suburbs, the less people are coming in and commuting through your city. On top of the traffic, I will say that the road conditions are not the best. Whenever we're going into Richardson, if we have some clients that want to go into Richardson, we're not taking Patrice's car. Guess what? We're taking the good old Jeep. Taking the good old Jeep. We can do some little off-roading on-road sometimes in some of the neighborhoods within Richardson.
Yeah,
so it's just one of those things that we experience in North Texas because of all the weather and the swings that you see in degrees. The roads have a hard time managing through that, so they create their own little potholes. Go ahead.
I guess that would bring in a pro for some people out there, which means, gosh, I have to buy a Jeep or a truck when I move to Texas.
Yeah, hitting those potholes in your mud terrain tires are not as bad.
Good thing I bought new shoes. Good thing I bought a Jeep.
In all seriousness, that is just one of the congestion spots. So, especially if you're going into Dallas. So that 75 especially can really get bottleneck right there.
Yes. And of course, if you have any questions, leave a question below for us. We'd be happy to answer it. Or if you have any opinions on what we said, feel free to let us know. And, we love to hear it.
Absolutely. We love all the support. We love all the calls that we get, and we love helping people relocate here to North Texas just like we did 16 years ago. So until the next time, I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
Take care.